Cartridge. Prime and load. So you move the musket to the right-hand side of the body, open the prison to expose the pan. The next order is handle, cartridge. Reach back, grab onto a cartridge, and bite off the top. Prime. Pour some of the gunpowder in the pan. Close the prison to hold it in tight and cast about. The rest of the powder, the paper, and the ball, if there was one, now goes down the barrel. Take the rammer out and seat the cartridge at the bottom. Put the rammer back. In fact, I can't stress how important it is to put the ramrod back. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can fire this thing, it makes an excellent projectile. It's kind of an awkward weapon, though. Well, the awkward part is going across the field and asking for it back again. So, they tell you in the manual of arms, tap it. Make sure you have put it back, don't leave it in the barrel and cause a shish kebab on the other side. Hey, ready? Set. Fire. Conceivable that I can get dressed up in the best camouflage known to modern man today. I can paint my face. I can stick leaves and trees and rocks and things like that in my hat. I can hide in this field and look like a bush for days. But how many times would I be able to fire my weapon before somebody said, that bush is fired? You can't hide. It's impossible to hide. One shot, the cloud of smoke says, hello, I'm right here. So the bright red suit was one of their better ideas. They were doing it for a few reasons, and one of them was self-preservation. I'll explain. Most people are surprised by the amount of smoke produced by one weapon, but one weapon does not a whole battle make. Given the way the wind is moving today, if we put 100 men in the field over there and they all fire at, the smoke is going to come across us, and for a period of time, we can't see each other at the distance that we are right now, and that's 100 men. The Battle of Fort George involved over 6,000 Americans, 1,350 British troops. So over 7,000 men are on the field. Now, they're not all firing at the same time, but imagine what 500 would produce. Wellington, Napoleon, they're dealing with tens of thousands of men on their battlefields in Europe, and they're creating what became popularly called the fog of war. Where it gets so smoky out there, it's difficult to tell the difference between the good guys and the bad guys, and frankly, that's kind of important. Friendly fire is not a new concept. You don't want to be shooting at your own guys. So, as the British stand there in the bright red suits, with, as we call them, the shoot me here cross belts and tall black hats, the Americans are standing on the other side of the battlefield, all dressed up in bright blue suits, with shoot me here cross belts and tall black hats. The Hessians, the Prussians, the Spaniards, the French, the Swiss, the Portuguese. Every modern army of its day is wearing brightly colored uniforms if they can afford it. And admittedly, the U.S. had a problem with that. They also are wearing the cross belts. Now, in modern warfare, you call this stuff webbing. Holds onto my equipment. Has all my ammunition on the one side, my bayonet on the other. They chose to wear the tall black hat because it was the most effective, or it was the most popular hat wear, or headwear rather. And they chose to stand in those long lines, though, because everybody's using the height of technology, the musket. My weapon is now safe. If you'd like to come forward and have a closer look at it. I am available for birthdays and bar mitzvahs. If anybody wants to go on a tour, Suzanne is patiently